Hey guys, Ace here, just doing this video. I was originally going to wait until my stream to talk about this. However, it is like, as of me recording this, that's like 2 days away, and also I would feel like it would take up a lot of time when this week what I have planned I need as much time as possible to work on that. So I figure, you know what, it's a lot better for me to talk about it now, that we can get it out now, get out the way, and kind of move on with other things that I would like to discuss and stuff, maybe later on or whatever have you, and also just give time for me to focus on the content of this week's stream. So yeah, but anyways, we're going to talk about Nintendo Switch 2, the Direct, and all the information we got afterwards. So because it's the stuff that got afterwards is what I really wanted to talk about. If we just got the Direct and we had everything in there and everything was good, I probably wouldn't talk about as much. I probably would just kind of talk about it briefly on stream. However, this is just something I want to talk about. So before we get into it, though, please go ahead and use the link tree below in the description below. This is only going on YouTube. But go ahead and use the link below, and that will get you over to all my socials, and also everything else. Follow me on Twitch as well when I'm live. Support me over on Patreon, over on Kofi. All the links and everything will be in the description below. And while you're down there, if you haven't haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, like this video, all that fun stuff. So anyways, what I wanted to discuss again, like I said, was Nintendo Direct today. I did not see it live. Was not going to be up that early for me, unfortunately. It was like going to be like 6 in the morning, and today is my like Sunday from my my day job, and so yeah, I wasn't going to wake up early in the morning and just, I know I would rather just wake up when I wake up, watch it when I'm ready to go, and then digest everything. I don't want to do it half awake or anything like that. So yeah, we got the Direct. It was a really good Direct. It was really good. I thought that the games were pretty good. It was like something to be expected. It's what we got was to be expected for a console launches. Honestly, it was kind of the launches, I would say, on par, if not a little bit better than the PlayStation 5. I mean, at least we have games coming out. At least they have stuff to show off. At least it is what it is. We got a new Mario Party, not Mario Party, right? Yeah, there was a new Mario Party, like, upgraded version. But we did get a new Mario Kart, which was basically Mario Kart 9. At the time we called Mario Kart 9, but it's called Mario Kart World. And that is basically, you get to travel around a big giant world. There's races going to be taking place in different parts of the world at a different I don't know, different biomes and stuff like that. Desert, mountains, snow, and then there's a Mushroom Kingdom in the middle of it. It's all and it's all based on real world stuff. So, yeah, there was that. They started off with that, and they started showing off how this game is going to be like the prime game to play on the Switch 2. It's going to have all the bells and whistles that the Switch 2 is coming with. Like, this is going to include that stuff. So, and then we started showing off some third-party stuff, and then we got some more first-party stuff, and then they go over the features, and the features are everything that we were expecting, everything that we thought it would have. It essentially is, yeah, it is a mobile PS4 in a way, which is still behind the times, but. I saw, I don't remember who said it, but essentially, Nintendo realized a long time ago, back in the Wii days, back before the Wii days, that them trying to have like the best console, like performance wise, isn't gonna be good enough because there's already two people doing it. So they wanted to kind of go more the innovative style or side of things. And that's what they've been doing ever since the Wii. So trying to be innovative rather than try to beat the best. And so that's what they do. And so this was just them taking the Switch and because they're like, well, it's kind of like, honestly, this is like the best thing we did. why not, you know, why do something completely different? But this is where we need to be right now. We're just going to make improvements, and that's going to be the Switch 2, and that's what this was. So, you know, you can definitely go ahead and watch the direct. All the cool stuff's there. We got some really cool, most of the games that they showed off, which we actually cool that we got a whole list of games already available, going to be on this thing day one, which is cool. It's going to be a lot of ports, sort of like HD ports. And then some new games, a couple new games other than the Mario Kart. We got the a Soulsborne like game from FromSoft. It's going to be exclusively on the Switch 2. And yeah, along with a few other games that they announced is going to be at the top of my head, I can't remember. But yeah, just go ahead and watch the direct. You'll see what I'm talking about. But so yeah, that was the direct. That was them kind of showing off everything. It was really good direct. It was a lot better than PlayStation, I would say. But in terms of like what we're to expect on launch, I think it will be definitely better than the PS5 Pro. Is what I was actually trying to say. Not PS5 Pro. PS5 Pro was just like, here's the console, here's a few games, here you go. here's your stuff. So yeah. But then it was after the direct that we started getting more information that they decided not to drop, and it was bad news, really bad news. And I am with everybody online that spoke about it so far, excluding a few people I've seen, but I am not for that. So they dropped the bomb. Nintendo is going to be the one to increase prices already, even though we've already been through this, like, what, 2 years ago? Something like that, maybe even 3 years ago, with the price increase, and now we're in pricing the price again on games, and why? Why? I don't understand. So, now we are looking at Mario Kart, the new one, being $80 digitally and $90 physically. And yeah, so if in case you don't believe me, in case you haven't seen it or anything like that, I'll go ahead and switch over to that real quick. So yeah, here it is. This is The Verge, and this is actually The Verge and Forbes also reported on this too. So yeah, Nintendo reveals on the Switches to Mario Kart World, a June 5th release, which is when we're getting the Switches, the Switch 2 as well. So we're getting the Switch 2. Everything, a lot of things are dropping on June 5th, which is 2 months from now. And $80. So they did also reveal Donkey Kong Bonanza. That was the other new game, and that's gonna cost $70. So it does seem like they're gonna be testing the waters, but honestly, last time we tested the waters with $70, it stayed $70. So I'm pretty sure games are gonna be, for the most part, $80-$90 now. If other companies are gonna see this, like, yeah, if Nintendo can do it, we can do it, and they're gonna do it. That's what's gonna happen. And then here's the other kicker too. This something I didn't pull up. That was the other thing that was actually before I'll pull this up. It is gonna be $80, $90. There is gonna be a bundle deal for the Switch. So the Switch itself is gonna be $499. Here, well, look at this. Sorry, yeah, $449. Sorry, not $499. $449. $449. $450 basically. Yeah, it's gonna be right here. So, but there's gonna be a bundle deal with the new Mario Kart for $500. So, if you want to save money on the Mario Kart, you buy the bundle. There you go. However, that there is a feature of this where it because there's a new feature of the system itself, and then the games will have this kind of built in, dependent on the game, whatever. My guess is that a lot of the first party will have it, maybe some third party will have it, but for the most part, most games will have this. But you will be able to at least use this outside of the games with your games. So Uh, so there is a camera that's going to be included, not included, separate. That is going to be a feature of the new chat system. They're finally putting in the chat system. Wow, that only took you fucking 15 years. Okay, Nintendo. So yeah, it's gonna be that, and here's the thing too. So we got the new Mario Party. I kind of mentioned that earlier. So not a new Mario Party. So we're taking the last one, and they're doing an upgrade version of it. Which again, more money. You want to play the Switch 2 version? You either gotta just get the Nintendo Switch 2 version, or if you already have it, you can upgrade for an X amount of money that we don't know yet. We're hoping maybe $10 or $15, so it's probably gonna make sense. So it's like an upgrade, so that's what Sony does with theirs. But the Nintendo Switch 2 version has a feature. No, I don't think anyone talk about this, but it has a feature where you use the camera to play some of the games. So if you're trying to play Mario Jamboree and you don't want to spend the, I don't know what the price was on this. I think it was $50, $60. I think it's what I saw. Not 100% on that. So if you don't want to cash out fork over the extra $50, $60, and on top of all the rest of the money you're spending, the the $450 on the console, the $80 on the game, or if you get the bundle, you get the $500 for the bundles, you get the game. But no, that's just that's not Jamboree. So then you get Jamboree, you don't really have it. Let's just say you don't have Jamboree, you don't have this one, you don't have anything. So you gotta buy the Switch. You can buy the Switch 2 for $450. You gotta buy Jamboree, which is, I don't think it's gonna be $80, but it's like the game itself is probably $60, $70, something like that, right? You buy the camera, which is also another $50. So what is that? Was it $600? $600 more or less, and that's before all the taxes and whatnot too. Just so you can play the latest Mario Party game without any issues. So I don't know what. Sorry, my phone. I don't know what what would happen in the case where you want to save yourself a little bit of money and you wanted to kind of push off, like, just not buy the camera right away. In that case where you start up the game and play and it get to that game mode where it like kind of requires the camera, because that's what I'm talking about. Is that there's like some games in Mario Party that where you're yourself, other than the person or than the character you're playing as, you're yourself, whatever, or you're in the crowd. Like they were showing off like like the feature itself working within the game. So I don't know how far that goes, but I also don't know what happens if you don't have the camera. It's like, I don't know, like what's the goal there? I'm assuming that maybe what it is that if you don't have a camera, maybe they'll just you as like a stand-in. They'll have like the character you chose. So if you're playing as Mario or Peach or Yoshi or something like that, maybe like they'll be in the crowd rather than yourself, and you're just gonna be like the one odd man out, I guess, if you're playing with everyone else that has cameras. Which the camera itself is really crappy. Ugh. The chat system too. When I first saw it, I'm like, oh, they included Discord. Cool. I know the Discord's already working with PlayStation and Xbox, so why wouldn't they work with Nintendo? And then Nintendo's like, no, this is our own thing. I'm like, oh, oh, yeah. I'm just gonna stick with Discord. I'm good. I'm good on that, Nintendo. So yeah. So other than that, I mean, they had announced some other things outside of the direct. They did announce a new Pro controller. They announced some amiibos that are coming. They did announce a set of amiibos within the direct, but that was for Street Fighter 6. And then outside of that, they did this. I don't know why they did the third-party amiibos, but in the direct, but then outside the direct they did the first party of Zelda, because we're getting a new Hyrule Warriors. That's another new game that we're getting. Yeah. So, and that's gonna have Hyrule Warriors. It's gonna be a prequel to kind of like really similar to the last Hyrule Warriors. It's gonna be another prequel, but now this time it's gonna be Tears of the Kingdom, and it's gonna be about the Prison of War. But yeah, so we're gonna have amiibos for the champions from. It's weird. So it's supposed to be for. Maybe they're in the game too, but like the amiibos that they showed off were for the champions of. Well, my brain just stopped working. Um, yeah, the amiibos that they showed off outside of the stream was for Zelda and for the amiibos that aren't in the game unless they're in the game later. That's weird because like the champions for Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know, whatever. So that's that. Yeah, I was really considering getting it. Not right away, and I would say I'm probably still considering it. But less so now because of how right now I really gotta like think like, do I really want to spend so much money on all this shit? Like, do I really want to do that? Probably not. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I have my Switch OLED here. That's the other thing too is that the new Switch I don't think is gonna have OLED. They never mention anything about that, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a standard LED. Uh, you know, um, yeah, LED screen, and I don't know. I think it just waits. I don't know. Let's take my Steam Deck. I don't know. And my Switch. This is and my Switch OLED. So here's the thing though. They're looking at the same price as the Steam Deck, and this does more for you. This is literally a PC. It's not Windows PC, sure, and then like there is obviously Windows versions of this, Windows 11 versions of this. Um, so yeah, I don't know, and the other thing too, with the physical copies, because I'm a physical collector. Obviously, you can see behind me. I've talked about this multiple times on the stream and whatnot. I have my collection, especially my Nintendo Switch collection. So also two shelves worth of Nintendo Switch games, and now they're just gonna screw everyone over. I just so and then here's the thing about the Switch 2 cartridges is that they're not going to be actually like a game that you buy and the game's on there. For the most part, that's how it's always been. It's always been like you get the game and the game is on there. It's on a cartridge, but it's on there the whole entire game. Mind you, there have been some exceptions. There have been some exceptions, like LA Noir. The whole game couldn't fit on there, so part of the game was on there, and then the rest was online that you download. And so that was the same thing for a number of other games. But the Nintendo Switch 2 is Nintendo's jumping on the bandwagon of basically giving us really crappy physical two, as in like they're not really giving us at all. So yeah, this is from Polygon. Um, and yeah, so basically what's gonna happen is that instead of the game being on the cartridge, it's not gonna be on the cartridge. It's gonna be like some key information. So, and then the actual game itself is gonna be online that you download and get on here. Yeah. Yep. Yep. It's happening. One, games are going up. Two, games aren't on the physical thing anymore. Yep. It's just we're just like I think honestly at this point we're one step away from us just not having physical games anymore. We're like literally one step away, maybe two. It sucks. Me being a physical collector, it's gonna stop. I know some people are like, but that's how it should be, and blah blah blah. We need to move on. We need to stop collecting things. It's way better to have digital. No, it's not. It's really not. Let me explain to you something. It is not, because guess who's in control? Not you. You're not in control of your library. You think you are. You're not. And I get it. When I buy those, when you buy those, you are buying the right, to play those games. You're buying a license to play those games. That's the word I was looking for. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing with digital. But guess what? Nintendo can go and take that away. PlayStation can take that away. Steam can take that away. They can't take that away. I can put that in my thing, and it's gonna work every single time, as long as that disc is not, or all those discs, all those cartridges are not damaged enough to where it can't be read. The games are on there, and if they're not on there, at the very least, it's a physical thing that I can have on the shelf, and the keys are on there if anything. They cannot take those away. I understand it's a physical thing that takes up my takes up space. I get it, but I'd rather have physical than digital, and I'm not against digital. Half of my console is, that's my thing. I like digital. I do like the convenience. I understand it's way more convenient to be like, boom, let me just go ahead and pop this. I don't have to go over there and pull out a game and throw it in and put the keys back, or whatever. I don't have to lose the disc. I don't have to. It's in one spot where I can. But then here's the problem: is you have to download the game. You have to download the game, and you have to have the space for the game. And if you don't have that. I'm doing the stupid New York accent. I'm sorry. If you don't have the space, then guess what? Okay, I get to figure out which one I have to get rid of here to install the fucking 200 gigabyte game. Cause I want to play that game. So yeah, Nintendo's just sorry, I had that ad up the whole entire time. They're not sponsored or anything. So, I'm sorry, I got a little heat there, but yeah, I'm distraught. I'm distraught. It's one about the pricing, and two, the fact that we're just like getting closer and closer to have this all digital future. And unfortunately, I'm just one person, and all we can really do is vote for your wallet. But the problem is that when everyone else is for it, it's kind of hard to have it not be a thing. And honestly, I think even if we did vote for a wallet, I think they would just do it anyways, because they're like, no, we still make more money this way. So it's just one of those things where it's like, no matter how much we fight, it's still gonna happen. So it's whatever. So it is what it is. And if it does come, it comes, and I will enjoy the games I do have. It is what it is, I'm not like I said, I'm not totally against it. Like if you like my Steam library, you look at my Xbox 360 library, because I still have that. My PlayStation library, all that stuff. I have a bunch of digital games on there, so and I will keep buying physical games until it's not a thing anymore, until I can stop buying new games on physical. I will keep buying physical when I can. So like I said, even new games I'll buy digital too. It's just like like right now I'm going through I decided to not buy Shadows because I was hesitant on spending that much money on something that I feel like I wasn't gonna like, so I decided to sign up for the Ubisoft Plus to play it that way. And actually I'm enjoying it, so I might buy it, but I still feel it's not worth full price, to be honest. Not in my opinion. It's a good game and everything, but it's definitely something in my situation, in my opinion, everything I've done, of all the math I've done, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna wait until it comes down in price and then get it. I'm not in a hurry to get. I'm playing it right now, so it's like I'm not in a hurry to own it. So I know, and even if I own it, it's probably not gonna be on the disc anyways. Thanks Ubisoft for making sense. Anyways, that's I'm going on a tangent now at this point. Yeah, that was at the direct. It's like I feel like Nintendo was like, here's some good news and here's some bad news. We're gonna start with the good news first. But that whole entire part where they come up to you and tell you about the good news, bad news, they just skipped that part. They just went straight for the good news, and then they told the bad news later. But only online too. They hid that part away. So, anyways, thank you so much for hearing this rant. I apologize if this went on a little too long. I don't know how long this was. This looks like about a little less than 20 minutes, but yeah. Make sure to follow me on everything. I'm gonna be live on Twitch. Probably by the time this gets up, I'll be on tomorrow. So next day over on Twitch. I'll see everyone then. Later.